Rod and I had spent the night camping at the Pioneer Lodge on the outskirts of Lusaka. The campsite was pretty, the bathrooms were clean. Rod double-checked the route at the campsite before we left. We generally do as much research as we can weeks before we leave home, but we had made a decision to change our route in Zambia, which led to a couple of changes. Where possible, Rod and I will take the road less traveled. Our plan was to travel from Lusaka to the Lower Zambezi National Park via the Leopards Hill route. In referring to our Tracks for Africa Zambia Self-Drive Guide, Edition 1, I quote, "Adventurous travelers on their way to the Lower Zambezi National Park should consider the four-wheel drive alternative route from Leopards Hill Road, which is the D152 in Lusaka, down the escarpment, emerging northeast of Chirundu. Don't attempt this route during the rainy season, as conditions here become very unpredictable. Allow at least 4 to 5 hours for this alternative." A shout out to Tracks for Africa. Their Zambia book is great. It's full of information and it really makes travel in Zambia a lot easier. Once we hit the dirt, we had the feeling that the road was under construction. Soon we discovered why. Local scuttlebutt has it that until the new Zambian president was elected in August of 2021, the Chinese had been constructing the road. We noticed huge areas where cuttings had been blasted and concrete water pipes, etc. were lying around. Something clearly happened between the Zambian government and the Chinese, which resulted in work on the road grinding to a halt, which did not seem to be a huge loss, as the only traffic we encountered in around 4 hours of driving were 3 Toyotas belonging to local farmers. The pass was rough and really washed out in places, especially once we were in the wild, on the other side of where the roadworks abruptly ceased. The GPS warned us in various places that extreme four-wheel drive was required, but Rod thinks that the GPS is a wimp. According to Rod, the road was enjoyable, challenging in a few spots, with fantastic views. When traveling in Africa, be on the lookout for domestic animals as well as wild ones. We reached what we had nominated as the top of the pass and started descending the escarpment. The vista opened up and we could see the mountains around us and the bottom of the escarpment spread out below us for many, many miles. We drove through some cotton fields and a few small villages. Mark Land from Pretoria, Africa, had recommended Mavu Lodge, so that's where we were headed. Our plan was to spend 2 nights at Mavu as our base to explore the Lower Zambezi National Park. Mavu Lodge was lovely. We had our own private bathroom, open to the stars, with a hot shower and a young local to help wash the dishes and build the fire. He even washed the car. The bathroom came in handy. We took refuge in it against a fairly cross elephant until he calmed down and galloped off. From our camp on the edge of the Zambezi, we could see the lights at Mana Pools. Watching the Zambezi flow past and the birds flitting about was really relaxing. Mavu is in the Lower Zambezi Game Management Area. The roads are a bit wild in places, but it's an easy drive to the Chongwe Gate. We were a little startled by the entrance fee, $75 for us and the cruiser, but we spent a pleasant day in the park. There was less bird life than I was expecting, but that could be due to several factors. We stopped for breakfast in a dry riverbed, yogurt and muesli and pear made by Rod the chef. Part of the beauty of this wild park is just the scenery and of course some magnificent trees. We hope you have enjoyed travelling the Leopards Hill Pass with us and exploring a little of the Lower Zambezi National Park. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button, and if you would like to see more, please subscribe. If you have any questions about our travel in Zambia, please go ahead and comment. Join us for our next adventure series where we travel through Botswana and Zambia, camping in our Bundu top tent.